while looking up an image. Also, I got my random name generator ready. Indeed.
Yeah.
I totally don't have a mustache.
Definitely not.
Yep,
The
except
downside
for
of having games on a Saturday. Sometimes
except
things
for,
happen on Saturdays.
yeah, except for what Kronos' character will be, because he's currently busy.
Yeah, I guess he's on his friend's podcast today, so he can't make it today.
You should definitely watch his podcast, though.
He never linked us his friend's podcast, so we have no idea where he is. It's all a ruse.
By the way, who finally found the secret?
It's me.
Great.
I did.
We are professionals here.
Yes, very.
All right. Alrighty, so I was actually going to request that you all introduce your characters and tell us about yourselves a bit.
Right. Tell us who to go first.
Alright. Yeah.
Awesome.
Sounds good.
Pretty much.
All right. I guess I'll go next. My name is Private John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. I'm a guardsman. I shoot stuff and I jump in the way of bullets because that's my job, and I have 1 intelligence. And yes, I'm going to do this the entire session. And this is my voice now.
Jump
He's
Jingle Jingleheimer Smith.
You're gonna ruin your voice doing that for a couple hours.
Trisky
Yeah.
does an orc voice, and he's fine. We'll
Yeah.
see, I guess.
I'm playing Melania Al-Shabi, a spy for the rat catcher within the bowels of the ship. She is taking the rules as for an inquisitorial acolyte, and so she'll act in an inquisitorial way, but she works for the rat catcher instead of the inquisitor. And she's really good at disguises. So that's it. That's all she got.
Yep. All right. So, as of right now, Jim Tanners will be introduced later on because he isn't part of the official Walker's crew. So you'll meet him just in a few minutes as you enter the underdeck. So he has time to make his coffee, thankfully. So John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
Oh, you can just call me John.
John and Malena Al-Shabi, you both, what are you currently doing as a normal part of your life?
Sir, I'm just standing around waiting for orders, sir.
Yeah,
And
so
what-
I think that like somebody like maybe like the rat catcher like called a meeting, and so there's like we're like meeting up in one of these like underhive security like corridors. So John
Pretty much.
is standing there, and Melania comes in wearing like she looks like a deck crew, so she's got like a punk rock outfit on, with like her hair up in like a mohawk. But when she walks into like the security corridor, she just like gets behind like a screen, and you see like you know the shadow moving from behind the screen, and she comes back out, and she's like in her standard outfit, and with over like badges and ranked stuff on her coat. And she walks up to John. She goes, "Any idea what this meeting is about?"
Sir, no, sir.
Yeah, she nods, and she sighs, and she goes, "It takes me so long to get into costume. I hope it's worth it."
All right, so after you're done doing your little exchange, the greatest rat catcher of them all, Lenny himself, comes in. Now, Six doesn't know who Lenny is. Per short, Lenny was a character played by our previous GM, Zach, in the previous campaign. And his entire stick was that he was Lenny himself. Yeah, he was a rat catcher, literally. And he played Lenny specifically because he appeared in a movie called Big Freaking Rat. And was the greatest character in the whole thing. You should watch that. Anyway. Well, you two, I am sort of a big job for you.
Hey, hold up a
Sir.
moment. Guess what I
Yes.
just realized?
What?
I have already scuffed it.
We're not
Good.
recording.
I still had my microphone set to push to talk in OBS. So while you guys could hear me, no one in the stream could.
Oh.
It is now fixed. I am set to voice activity, so the stream should be hearing me now. But I mean, to be fair, I was super low energy and didn't know what the fuck I was saying, so nothing of
Oh,
value was
God.
lost.
It's
Moving on.
fine. You'll reintroduce your characters when he appears.
Moving on.
That's hilarious.
Either way.
This is not the
So-
first time this has happened, by the way.
All right, Lenny, the best rat
What
catcher
does
you
Lenny
know.
look like? What am
Yeah.
I looking at here?
He has like a black T-shirt with and a golden chain around his neck with some imperial aquila at the end.
What's his hair like?
His hair is all fancy, turned backwards and black.
What what ethnicity is he?
American.
American. What ethnicity is that?
American.
You see, our GM is
That's
foreign
not a,
and
that's
doesn't
not,
know
that's
that
not
America
a PC
is
thing
literally
to say right now. Actually,
doesn't know that America is literally called the fucking melting pot for a reason.
every ethnicity is American. You have to try harder.
I know. That's why I'm saying American.
He's like, shut up.
Okay. All right.
I don't have
We're giving him the brand new GM. Give us detail hazing.
exactly.
I like
Which is what I'm here
I
for.
like having detail. Yeah, that's why I'm like super
Yeah.
narrative and IGNs because I love having the
Yeah.
detail.
It's fine. Also, I will give you a picture of him if we were still in the old RT server, but we aren't anymore. Also, I cannot find a picture of him because he's from a fucking B movie, which is barely known.
Let's see if I can. You worry about talking. I'll worry about trying to find a fucking picture because
Alright.
I don't even exist yet.
Alright, guy. I have a pretty good job for you. So, have you heard the ruckus about what Gizmek has been doing recently?
Sir! No, sir! I've only stood around here waiting orders, sir!
I've heard of the fight clubs.
Well, they've started growing a bit out of control. It has gotten to the point where we have to send you in to deal with them. For
Does that
sure.
mean I get to shoot shit, sir?
Why does the captain put up with that incompetent
yes.
orc anyway?
Yes, you will get to shoot things, John.
Oh boy!
I don't. I'm not in the rank to judge the captain's actions. He knows what he's doing, but we'll have to take care of this problem ourselves.
He knows what he's doing.
So do you expect us to put down half the ships, sir? Everyone is getting involved in these groups. Is there like one in particular you want us to make an example of, or?
We haven't managed to track down their direct leader already. They are just scattered everywhere and so far away that we haven't managed to track him down yet. So
there's more than one faction, sir. It's like half the ship is involved in these fight clubs at the moment. You should have seen the Gizmek's role to make them. They were incredible. It was incredible. It was wildly successful.
Still, we've managed to find that a certain part of the underdeck has been occupied by a lot of activity from them. So your job is to find out whoever is the big leader in all of this and try to take him down. Whoever else you find in there, you may deal with them as you wish.
I know the particular leader, and she like points to like a poster on one of the walls that says like it's got a picture of Gizmek like pointing at the person looking at the poster, and it says like, I want you to give me your regicide boards.
That's accurate. No, there's some other guy who has been definitely working through a lot of this.
Ah,
What's his name, sir?
further corrupting it. Hmm.
Fuck if I know.
Looking for a fuck if I know, sir. Got it.
Yes, John, good luck finding fuck.
Well, I will do my best, sir.
Well, as of now, I recommend that you to look through this area, and he hands you like a data pad with information about the general area of the underdeck he's talking about. This has been pretty occupied with activity from Gizmek's fan club, if you wish to call it that. So as of now,
So someone's pretending to be Gizmek and is like corrupting these fight clubs for their own gain. Sickening.
potentially. Either way, go in and do whatever you can to hinder or even stop this activity. Oh,
Sir! Yes,
and of
sir!
and of course, take down whatever rats you can.
I love the smell of burnt rat in the morning.
Good luck to
Melania,
both of.
like walks over to one of like the weapon closets and like unlocks it and pulls out a wicked looking chainsword and like a bolt pistol and like cocks it, puts it in her holster, and it says, "They will not hide from us for long. Come on, John."
Good luck to both of you. The Emperor protects.
Sir! The Emperor protects!
The Emperor protects. And she leaves with John.
As does John, yeah.
And yeah, you are dismissed and now go on your way.
Yeah, so does this data pad like have actually any useful information on it?
The bare minimum is that there's been, hey, this is this location. You are supposed to sort of go around and try to find these guys and try to take them out.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is your starting point of what we can use. N21 JFODG7C7
I clicked the broken pipe dice.
Understandable.
It's not gonna work. Okay. So are we I look at
basic
Don and I say, so do we try to gather some information first, or should we just go in guns a-blazing? What do you think?
John just like slowly turns to Melina, just holds his las gun with like a really wide smile. I was like, "Oh, we're going and shooting, are we?"
I was asking if we were going to go in shooting. I could mock you up an outfit, and we can go and investigate first.
I ain't real too good at this investigating nonsense. Listen, when I was in the guard, they just told me to point and shoot, or whatever the boss told me to. And I was real good at that. They gave me a shiny medal and everything.
Well, you're not finding yourself in the guard now, and if you want to make your way up the ranks, you're going to have to develop that brain of yours a little more.
Oh, they didn't train me to do that. Well, I guess. Sure.
Just
as you're talking about, you are talking about this? Are you just on your way to the zone?
We're like walking down like some sort of corridor through I don't know, some gothic nonsense.
So as you two are talking like that, you see two decently buff guys coming around the corner. One of them looks at the other and says, "Finally, we found a fight," and they start charging you.
Okay.
Melania yells, "John, get down!" She like jumps in front of him with her chain sword, like revving.
So, all right. You guys can go first in this combat.
All right.
Is she
John has a
gonna-
las gun, so
She's gonna shoot one of these guys too. Yeah, she's gonna like raise her
Alright.
bolt
Oh,
pistol.
yeah. Also, one of them has what looks like a very poorly kept chainsword, and the other has a lead pipe.
You want to go first?
yeah.
Joe?
How far? How are they within 12 meters of me? This matters.
Yeah, they will. On their turn, they will be able to charge you.
Okay, so they're within 12 meters. So my last gun is rapid fire 1. So that means because they're within 12 meters, I get an extra ED. And I'm a shoot one. So let's see. I have really good ballistic skills at Guardsman.
What's their defense, Mirrors?
I think I hit.
Um,
Yeah, you
And
could, you could shift that 6
Okay.
for damage or for glory, and we can actually spend.
Oh
it
my
for-
God.
So
yeah,
the,
right. They're
we got to remember to be saying the things out loud, especially considering that roll didn't even show up on the screen this time.
yeah. It took me a while, so you have to mention it a bit probably.
Well,
But
he's not gonna have 4. He's not gonna have 5 defense, right? Like
no,
he rolled
he
like
has
6 successes for the
his
people
defense
around.
is like 1. He doesn't care about defending
yeah.
himself really. He just wants to get into a fight.
So if you
Okay.
shift that 6 for glory, I can use
Alright.
that glory
Oh,
to
yeah.
like seize the initiative and go next. We can do that.
I'll leave you the glory here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take the glory. Yeah.
All right, how much damage does it have? It has 7 damage plus 1 extra dice, and he rolled a 4.
And then yeah.
And he had a
so-
second one because it's rapid fire, but that one didn't pass. So he just did 8 damage.
All right. I forgot to check the extra damage normal table, but I need to check.
And you could have also used a reload to do the salvo too if you wanted to for an extra 2 ED. If you wanted.
Nah, I'm good. I think
Hey.
yeah.
It's fine. So this guy just starts charging you, and you immediately blow a hole through his chest, and he collapses over.
God, it's so nice to actually have like good like weapon skill or like do fighting skill.
Isn't it great? Okay.
If you want to, you can.
Yeah, we're gonna seize the initiative with that glory.
All right.
And Melania is gonna like walk up to the one with the pipe, and you know.
Yeah.
Sort
If
of
you
a
want to, I
weapon,
can.
you know?
If you want to, I can. You're going to walk up to him, or.
Yeah, so she's gonna charge him.
All right.
She manages to get her feet under her, and the sword in front, and it's revving and making like a lot of like. Maybe she like revs it against the ground, so like sparks fly up as she cuts into him. Let's see here, weapon skill. No mods. 1 round die. Do the thing. Sick.
Yep.
So his defense was like 1, right?
Yeah, and that hits.
Yeah.
To get another glory, and
I need to look up the damage on this chainsword. 1 second. I never set up my like equipment
it's fine.
because I'm bad. I'm bad at playing games here. Okay, chain weapons. Chain sword, strength plus 5 is the damage. Her strength is 2, so this will be 7 damage.
Same as my last gun.
4 ED.
Yeah. So you just take your chainsaw. This guy's charging you, but you just
And
charge him
brutal,
back.
So that 6 will be 2 extra damage. So that's going to be 10 damage. As she just arcs the chainsword through his body, out the other end, blood spurting across the deck as the man falls into 2 pieces onto the floor.
Yep, exactly what happens.
Melania like pulls a sacramental cloth from her coat. It's got like the the ship's like official seal on it, and she like cleans off her chain blade with it.
All right. Does John react in any way to this?
No, John just goes out and goes about his day. It
This is
doesn't
just an
bother to
average walk. Like we're prepared to fight whatever. Like this is like an average day walk into the corridors of
Yeah.
officers, right? Like you just get ran over like every couple hours. Like there's like two
Pretty
random guys
much.
that show up. They're like, oh, here we go, and then we just cut them in half and move on.
So after this, Jim Tanners, you hear some gunfire and chainsword in the background, and you're, for some reason, very interested in going there. You never know when business will show up. Trisky, are you alive?
This is my intro. Shit.
All right. So, John and Melania got done killing two guys who just charged them, and in a bit far away from where you currently are, as you were randomly asleep on the floor, you wake up to the sound of less gunfire and the chainsword, and you feel like you might be able to somehow profit of this. You just have that tingly feeling.
Excellent. It's time to war profiteer. Jim Tanners, a blonde-haired individual with a face that just reminds you of literally the average white guy, stands up from the ground and brushes off his nice suit, which he only sees as a nice suit because he's delusional about it. It's actually just a bunch of patched up like leather bullshit, but in rough shape of a suit, as he proceeds towards the sound of the gunfire. On his hip, he has a basic sword that he probably mugged from somebody at some point, thinking it was a business acquisition. And he also has a hand cannon that he gingerly places his fingers over top of, but does not unholster yet. He undoes the holster strap as he makes his way around the corner and looks at the two people who have survived the encounter.
First thing John does as soon as Jim appears around the corner is tackle Milena to the ground using "Look out, sir."
Get off!
Because he sees to do it.
Bruce.
Sorry, false alarm.
Jim,
Hello.
one thing, these people look way too clean to be in the other deck. And
Well, I mean, I'm literally covered head to toe with blood right now, so
still way too clean.
Oh, way too clean.
It's very fresh, shiny blood.
John dived me onto the ground because I'm literally covered in this guy's gore, right? So now I've got pieces of intestine on my coat, and I'm brushing it off.
Yep.
Hello, new clients.
Sir, hello.
I Melania pulls her bolt pistol and sort of gestures it in what's your character's name again?
Jim.
Gizmek? Jim? Yeah, gestures it in Jim's direction.
Oh, there is no need for armed combat with me. I am simply your average businessman. He brushes off his really shitty leather suit jacket.
Well,
I am here to offer you a deal, for you seem like you could be clients.
Yeah, Melania just looks at you confused. Maybe I hit my head harder than I thought back there. Did you give me a concussion, John?
Sir, they don't hand those out for free, sir.
Jim, you might be actually taking something. So you've been living here for, quite a while. And you've even heard, actually you've seen a lot of these cultists of Gizmek sort of going in and out constantly out of one location. And you feel like these people might be interested in that, seeing that even though they just murdered two of them, which is pretty normal in the other deck, you aren't thinking much of why they could be here. So, and you will never miss a business opportunity, wouldn't you?
Yes. Would you two like to make a trade acquisition? I get money stuff, and you get information stuff.
What kind of information? Do you know anything about these murder cults down here?
Yes. I very much know about the murder cults that you are talking about. Yes.
Or like,
Oh
I-
boy,
or she
we're
knows
looking for
her.
those.
You seem like a proper, smart, and good businessman, he says, pointing at John.
Oh, my drill sergeant said I always was the smartest man in my unit.
You do seem like you would be the smartest man in your unit. Yes, I know where they always go, all the time, because I try to sell them drugs. I mean, goods.
Oh,
Yeah,
you seem like a trustworthy individual. I trust you completely.
Yes, I am trustworthy.
Well, I guess we've been given a budget to pay for some information. It wouldn't do to take you in and interrogate you just to give us false information.
Oh, I do not do well in interrogations. I cry.
Yeah, I don't want to have to see that. Yeah, so Melania will like, I don't know. Should I make like a wealth check to see if I can just like hand him like a couple of thrones for the information?
I think
No,
you
it's
just
fine.
spend wealth. If
Oof, this
Oh
is
no, you're
just
right. You roll influence and you spend wealth to like increase your
Yeah.
influence temporarily. Right?
Nah, it's fine. You don't have to roll for this
Okay. Yeah. So she just like
because you know
pulls
it's
a couple of gold thrones out of her coat pocket and tosses them over to Jim. Says, "We're looking for the new leader of the murder cult near in this region. Do you have any information about that?"
Jim doesn't answer immediately. He picks up every single throne one by one, and every time he picks one up, he bites it
I
to
don't
make sure
throw
it's
them on the
authentic.
ground. I like toss them like at you.
You toss them at me, I manage to drop all of them, and then I pick them up one by one and bite them to guarantee their authenticity. And as I finish the last one and put it in my pocket, Jim turns to you and says, "Yes, I know a place that could very well lead you to yet additional information at the very least, if not already be the home of said target. It is a place where everyone goes all the time to do these death culty things. Follow me."
Lead on, and she just like gestures down the corridor with her pistol.
Jim like a stiff fucking video game NPC turns around and starts walking away.
Swear, the longer I stay down in these decks, the more insane I'm going to become. Hey, John?
oh, we're marching on the way.
I do like very good music.
I'm not going to sing in John's voice. I'm sorry. That's not gonna happen.
We'll heckle the GM, we'll heckle you too. Right?
Oh, God. I'm laughing so hard right now. Oh, my God.
But yeah, we're marching.
Jim
So,
will
So-
lead
down the
them to where
corridors.
he knows
Yeah.
the congregations happen.
Yeah, as you go there, you also hear some weird scratching noises from a room from the side. Or actually, no, not that. Some weird noises which sound sort of like chanting in a way, but you don't
Chanting.
really understand what is happening.
That's not good.
They seem to
I mean,
like to try and do their own business. I do not partake in that business.
That is good, or you'd end up on the other side of my blade.
Well, it depends. Is it like, you know, military cadence chanting, or is it like, you know, we are evil, we will kill you chanting?
Yeah, like from
It's
a
more-
scale of like 1 to 10, how evil is this chanting?
It's like a 6.
Oh, so like
Oh,
basic
so just-
Imperium stuff?
So just average like underdeck
Yeah,
evil
it's-
levels.
This
It's
is
a
just
bit
normal.
average, but it doesn't sound like it's in low Gothic, is the thing.
Oh.
Is it in some vile Xeno dialogue?
Possibly. You won't know. Do you speak any
Yeah.
vile Xeno language?
Hell no, I'm a loyal Imperial guard.
Melania will get closer to try and like listen in and see if it is some form of Gothic, and if
Alright.
it isn't, then she's gonna come in guns a-blazing.
So who is going to try to listen in closer?
Melania is for sure.
John isn't paid to listen, he's paid to shoot, so he won't.
Right, so give me a second to decide.
Awareness?
Oh, the fucking character sheet is messing up because, of course.
As I previously ascribed, I do not partake in this kind of business.
Yep. My awareness is more fitting than investigation here because you are just trying to hear what is happening.
Yeah,
Give
I fail.
them, and also give me a stealth roll because
He also fails that.
damn. Didn't you? Yeah, you didn't place any points in our. All right, so you just come up to the door and try to listen in, but you just don't understand anything. And instead of you try to listen in for a while, and then you just slightly push the door, and it makes the biggest creaking sound that you've ever heard in your life. And then you hear about, and then the hearing stops. The muttering.
Yeah, I don't think that went well. I like look over my shoulder at John.
John gives you a thumbs up with a big happy smile.
Well, she just like raises her bolt pistol, like, in we go, and just kicks the door open. Like it slams
I have been
open.
paid for information. It will require additional business acquisition to get my gun handling skills.
John, pay the man, and like I just like run in.
I give him like,
He had to
I
be like
give him-
a
I give him a
fucking like
ration pack.
bottle cap.
yeah. I give him my ration pack, which is just a crayon box.
All right.
This is pretty. I will accept it. He pulls out his hand and rubs in.
All right, your hand cannon gets a +1 accuracy, +1 to a speed now because it is red.
Yes.
Anyway, Melania, as you, the room itself is pitch dark, so I would assume that you would use your flashlight to see around.
Yeah. So so she's got like a
Mhm.
like a little micro light that she pulls
Yeah.
out of her pocket and shines around. So it's like
Yeah.
bolt pistol in one hand, like flashlight in the other, in like a like Resident Evil style, where she's like holding the flashlight
Yep.
up on the pistol.
All right,
Looks around.
give me another awareness check, but this time you get an additional 2 dice.
Awareness.
You get +2 dice for this, so
I didn't do the
Yeah.
modifier.
you
That's 3 successes already. 4
There we go.
successes.
yeah. You can convert one of those for glory.
I will shift for glory.
And
I
you
have 2 other
start to
successes.
look around the room with your flashlight quickly, and you see something really, really big. And then you try to quickly inspect what it is, and you see a rat tail.
Rat tail. Like how big of a rat tail?
You try to. Basically, it's longer than your whole body.
It's a gigantic rat tail.
The rat tail itself is longer than your height.
And so there's like a rat like hiding behind a wall or something, and its tail sticking out. Or
No, it's
is
just
the rat
there.
around?
The rat itself is just staying in a corner, and as you bring your flashlight up, you just see that it's sort of laying in a corner.
Can I make a cunning test to know how much I could sell this thing's meat for?
Sure. Congrats, you,
7 successes.
congrats, you got a more glory. But you are pretty sure that this rat is just a normal rat and people already eat too much rat, so its value would be pretty low.
Damn, this would not be a good business acquisition.
Obviously, we need to bring this back to the rat catcher for analysis.
There's one problem. The rat is so big that you are not sure how you could even get it out of the door.
Are there any other exits to this room? Is it just the one that we came in?
There's a few vents in there.
Okay, so
That are even smaller than the door.
Chanty guys went into the vents or whatever.
Yep.
All right. Well, the rat's not bothering anybody. We'll just leave it.
Yeah, it's literally just eating some cheese in the corner.
I look back at Jim and say, "Is this where you said there'd be more information, or is it somewhere else?"
No,
This
this
is
was
just-
not where I was leading to. You guys decided to go off the beaten path for a moment, and I got paid to follow you with a gun.
Great. Lead us on.
Okay. Jim turns around and goes out of the room. Continues leading you in the right direction.
Malay just like puts her fingers up to her bridge of her nose and just shakes her head.
John goes back to singing a military cadence march.
He's singing it the entire time.
Absolutely, because he has to keep morale high.
Nice. You might have one or two more encounters with these guys wanting to murder you, but you just quickly cut them down. On your way to this place.
I love the smell of burnt heretic in the morning.
And
I'm like half of my bolter rounds are like inside of people on our way through this ship.
Yeah. Anyways. So you finally arrive at what you believe to be what Jim believes to be the place where all of these guys seemingly gather. So what are you going to try to do now?
And they're not here.
Not inside the place itself, you are like around it, so you have time to plan and such.
Yeah, we're not in the we're not in the heat of it, you know. Like we're I'm assuming like we're like around the corner.
You are in the middle of a gladiator pit.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
This is fine.
Yeah.
Tim, you would know that when these guys return around here, they are usually way less violent. Important word is usually.
Way less violent?
The thing being is that they seemingly return here and they don't always murder people around here when they come back to this place, is what I mean.
A lot of mostly, usually.
Translation: you won't necessarily get murdered on sight.
All right. I guess Melania is gonna start like going on the warpath and like go try to find people and try to like shake them for information.
Well, yeah. Do me investigation or intimidation, something like that.
All right. Can I use my like rat catcher decree to get myself plus rank dice to the skill test? To
Yeah,
my,
you
like,
can.
archetype ability thingy. Okay, cool. So I'll do investigation with +1 modifier. I don't know why the modifier thing isn't working. It's just doing like the normal roll.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a bad roll. But I get an extra die. So I got 2.
Yeah. You got 2 successes. You can re-roll this if you want, by the way.
What was the difficulty?
Yeah. But I'll say that you'll get some information for. You'll barely get any information for this. I'll say there was a 2, and also my bad for not setting up difficulty before, because most of these were like, hey, how much could I sell this rat meat for? Anyway. If you want, I will also allow you to use your glory for extra d6s for this.
No, I'll do the reroll for 4 dice.
Alright.
What's the DN that he's aiming for to get more? Or...
This is more
Probably, like,
general, but it's like minimum
more.
2, you get some information, and if you get higher, you get something better.
Okay.
Okay, I got 3 more.
All right, so an additional 3
Alright.
successes. That'll help.
Alright.
Yeah.
So, as you go around shaking people down and such, you sort of get an idea of this place that is just gladiator. There's just a bit in this place where people usually come to fight, but most of the time, a lot of these people are out looking for trouble, basically. And you pinpoint a time that you could arrive in where there's barely any people inside. So if you decide to murder everyone, you'll have way less opposition. And you also learn that usually some people come here straight up looking for fights, and they are allowed in peacefully.
So it's like
if you will.
it's an inclusive group. They let people just like join the fight club,
Yep.
And I ask if they've been more like riled up than usual lately. Or if anybody knows anything about
they
like
definitely
like a leader that's riling them up, or
they definitely they do have a guy who's inside there, and they 100% have been like, they've been causing more and more trouble by the day.
Who is this person?
Well, this is a perfect opportunity to put them down. I assume they don't know the name of this leader guy.
And you also get the idea that you might be able to just go to the boss and even challenge him to a fight potentially straight up. But you aren't necessarily very sure on that. Only because these guys seem to be very respectful of whoever is the most powerful around here.
Melania looks at John and says, we should probably just try to set up like an ambush for these guys and take them out when they show up. I don't want to have to like be dealing with their rights or their.
I need to one more thing.
Their group statistics.
Pretty much, there's always someone inside, and you haven't really heard of the boss leaving that much. And he always.
When everyone's gone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. All right.
If you want to setting up an ambush would be waiting for the right time for there to be basically no people. And also if you take down this guy, the people under him will probably scatter.
Typical.
From what we know, from what you know.
You take down the Rat King. The rats scatter in all directions.
Yep.
Oh, is that how it works? Lenny just tells me to just keep shooting rats.
That also works, John.
Well, eventually
Well,
you'll
if
hit
the
the
rat-
Rat King if you just keep shooting rats, and then they'll scatter away.
Well, if the rats scatter, they're still rats. They're just elsewhere.
Exactly. Out of your way,
Wow.
which is how you want rats to be.
They still have to do their duties down here in the ship in order for them to get their rations, and so at least they'll do the work that they are required. Let's go kill this man.
All right, so we're doing the ambush strat. Wait for everyone to leave and then just going in guns blazing.
Hell yeah.
To give
Awesome.
you a small view of how this area is, there's 2 entrances of the best time when you're going to ambush these guys. There's 2 entrances, and both of them are protected by 2 guys separately. And you aren't sure how many people are inside, but yeah.
Well, Melania doesn't have really like a quiet way to take down people, so
Or
we'll just show up and shoot the hell out of them, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, yeah. Hoorah! Let's do it.
Would our
Aye.
previous payment keep you here, Jim? We could definitely use an
Previous
extra
payment
body
is
on this.
acceptable.
Excellent.
is
Does Jim have any like weapons on him or anything?
He has a
Yeah,
hand cannon.
he has a hand cannon and a sword.
Okay. Cool.
oh yeah.
So did you just like draw the sword like out of his suit?
He has a scabbard made out of shitty leather, just like the rest of his suit.
I just like to imagine he just opens up his like suit jacket and just pulls out the sword. Along
Hello,
with like
nice to
literally
meet
anything
you.
else.
I am Samurai Cop.
All right, yeah. So we'll just
I think we just open fire.
we'll just surprise round these guys.
Yeah.
You know?
Alright, so yeah. You come around the corner and you just start blasting fire on the first 2 guards.
We woke up and we chose violence.
The violence chose
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
You don't need to. Yeah, you don't need to roll. I will make you roll for the first 2 guards because you'll just mow them down instantly.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
now
the
you
lady
can.
like fires her bolt pistol. The bolt shell like enters the guard's shoulder and then it like erupts, and the guard's arm just like flies across the room.
Yep.
Like the 3/4 of his body that are left like fall to the ground, and then if you want to describe your las gun, John.
There's just a very black hole in the middle of this guy's head. He's like he goes cross-eyed, like looking at it, and then he just kind of falls.
Yep. So are you
I
guys
would
going to
assist
run?
with the blanket fire, but ammunition down here is very expensive. I will make sure to aim my shot, and then I just prepare an aimed shot on the next person who comes in.
Alright. So you are just going to attempt to wait there for the guys to come into your base, pretty much.
Yeah, we'll go into like a musket like line or whatever and wait for the guards to run around the corner.
Alright. So yeah. 2 more guards come around the corner and you just annihilate them.
Yeah, so we like blow them up, and then we like Melania yells, "Move!" and like runs down the corridor towards the open door.
Same.
Yeah. And you now start rushing in, and you
so
see
she slams her back into like the area, but next to the door, like on the door frame or whatever,
like
and then,
the breaching position.
Yeah, and then wait
Yeah.
for John to hit the breaching position on the other side, and then we just like both like enter together
Alright.
or whatever.
Jim awkwardly walks
Yeah.
behind you.
Alright.
Jim just Zuckerberg's behind us, essentially.
When you enter, the area itself is, just weird Warhammer architecture with
Yeah.
a few. I forget what they're called. The fucking poles.
Is it
There's
like is it like an old like cathedral or something that we've breached into?
Could be for all you know. If it was a crest one before, it's basically any sign of it has been gone. And there's
Yeah,
like
like
a
all the-
small
Like all the glass windows have been blown out or whatever.
yeah, there's a small hole in the middle, which you assume to be the place where these guys would do their fights.
The arena.
Yeah, there's about six guys, or not 5 guys, who are there, and they are like ready for you. And there's one guy who's out of the ordinary with like a metal armor on his shoulders that have spikes on it. He's much more buff than the other guys, and he's way more buff than the other guys, and has a chainsaw on his back, which is like in much better condition than these other guys' weapons.
Yeah, well,
And he just
shouts, by order of the rat catcher, you are to disperse and return to work. If you will not, you will die.
not if I kill you first. Go get them, boys. And the fight will begin.
Sick.
I'm going to shoot.
Off a shot first, John. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I would like to. I'll shoot one of the boys who's going to come get me.
Yep.
But I mean, I think I hit. I think I get a glory out of that.
Yeah, you hit. How
Hell
much
yeah.
is maximum glory, like the number of players plus one?
I believe the maximum glory is the number of players plus 2, because it was 6 for 4 of you.
All right, you can actually have max glory then.
Well, no, he's only allowed to shift 1, and we've been using it, right?
All right.
Yeah.
You
And
can shift the other one for damage for an extra ED.
yeah, do they only have like 2 defense, or like what's their defense?
Yeah, they do have
Their
good.
initiative, yeah. Okay, so I'll shift the other one for like another ED. So yeah, and then that's 1 extra damage.
Yep.
And then 1 more extra damage. And are they within 12 meters? Or
Some
24
of
meters?
them are within 12. Some of them are a bit further away.
All right. Well, if they're within 12, I get another extra. Well, I think I only get another extra attack or extra dice. So, but that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, one of them just fucking goes down.
You come in, you shoot a guy, straight up blow his head off.
Nice.
Now, do you want to seize the initiative, or?
Yep, I'm gonna seize the initiative.
Yeah. By the way, you can only seize the initiative once per.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're within 12 meters, right?
There is one more guy within 12 meters.
Okay, so I'll shoot that guy, and then the other ones should be like outside of like charge range, right? So that should be fine.
Yeah.
One pistol. I need to roll ballistic skill.
Yeah, damage.
I jam my gun or whatever.
Oh boy.
Roll on the old chart of critical fails?
6 or D66.
Yeah. I need to find a table for that too. For
Got the book
D6.
open here. Let's see, attacking.
Also tell me where complications are because yeah.
Looking it up.
Page 163.
Combat complications are on page 191, and I rolled 46. So
Weapon stuck.
Weapon stuck. I
So
don't know if that makes sense for gun shooting.
it's
but-
fine. So as you shoot your gun, it slightly overcharges and you sort of drop it onto the floor and it falls very awkwardly in between some
Oh no, it says for weapon stuck when it's not a melee weapon, ignore it and roll again.
all right. So
36.
Jeez.
So dropped
Weapon.
So I fire it, and it, hits the guy, and the weapon is just so massive and full of recoil that it just like flings to the ground.
yeah, you pulled your arm up so quickly and shot so quickly right after that you just couldn't hold the weapon because of the recoil.
But I did hit this guy for 10 damage.
Yep. And he also falls over dead.
So yeah, the bolt round strikes where his leg meets his torso, and it blow like another limb off of him.
Yep.
Yeah, bolt rounds are extremely scary.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So she like drops the gun and she goes, Emperor.
Alright, so this now is this guy's turn. And I'm going to spend a ruin to do a special ability thing I kind of made for this guy because those sort of exist apparently.
Yep, they do.
Just gonna say, come on boys, what are you waiting for? Go kill these guys already. I'm going to roll 46s. Roll. Wow, okay, so all of them are frenzied now.
Nice.
I don't remember what the frenzy specifics are, so I'm just going to give them extra stuff in general, which makes sense. They're like
Frenzied. You're immune to fear, cannot be pinned, and you always use all-out attacks.
Yeah.
You also
Are
get
there
plus
no
1 strength.
like only +1 to strength?
Yeah.
Plus 1 strength, and you have to use all-out attacks. You
sort
also
of,
must try to get to close combat as quickly as possible, charging the nearest visible enemy. If you are in cover, you break cover and run towards the nearest enemy.
I'm sort of using more different rules because I remember RT also giving you like some bonuses to stats and such, and I'm kind of going off of that for this. If you all don't mind.
Go for
plus
it.
1 to strength is pretty good, but yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, give me a second to
Plus 1 damage in the system is pretty strong.
make sure that everything is fine. And yeah, all of these guys just start screaming at the top of their lungs. And I'm going to spend another ruin to seize the initiative. And one of these guys just starts sprinting at the like you've never sprinting so quickly that you're like he's almost a blur. And let's see which one of you he targets.
Well, the closest one, so
Well, if he sprints, then he can't attack, right?
he's charging, I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Well,
sort of
charging
meant
only double your movement. We're outside of 12, so
I sort of
Yeah.
it's a fucking more narrative thing, just go with it.
okay, sure. But like, I specifically like targeted this guy and then didn't move back because I thought we were all out of charge range. So
That's true, yeah. So
That's sort of what I also wanted to. You should be fine either way.
Because sprinting you move triple your speed, but it's a full round action, and then running you only move double your speed.
Hmm.
And then you can attack after if you do a run, but it's at a -2.
Actually,
It's like a multi-action.
Yeah. What's your defense?
My defense is 2.
All right. I'll give him a -1 to make up for this to his hit.
All right,
If you all don't mind.
I'll take it. Sure.
Yeah.
I'll say that I moved up because I'm a guardsman.
You did your thing, sir. Get down.
Yeah. I was gonna do my get down, sir, anyways. So
Yeah.
or look out, sir.
3d6, and he hits.
All right.
And the last one is a 6, so it's also a crit.
Okay. Can normal dudes crit?
No,
Actually, I don't think so. So
Only
only,
yeah, you're
only
fine.
adversaries
Wait,
can
no.
crit. Yeah.
Yeah. So he doesn't crit because he's just a normal dude.
Okay. I have 7 soak with armor, so
Yeah, you're very soaky.
yeah.
What's his damage?
All right. He has lots of damage. He only rolled a 4, which is +1 extra damage because it has brutal.
Yep. But that's only 7 damage, which is my soak.
So he goes. This guy runs up to you, hits you with his chain axe, but it doesn't even go through your armor.
Well, the 3s are also damaged because they're brutal.
Oh, really?
I'm blind.
Brutal is 3 4s 1 damage. 5 6 is 2 damage.
This guy places his chain axe right into your chest and just barely goes through your armor, and you feel your
I'm gonna roll. Actually, I'm gonna roll determination to turn that into shock.
yeah. So you gain 2 shock. Then, if you succeed your determination roll,
I have 1 determination. 4d6 essentially.
Yep.
Why did it roll 1? Okay, I'm gonna roll 3d.
It's fine.
On the last one.
All right, I succeed.
Okay.
So I
So you gain 2 shock instead of taking any wounds.
yeah.
And
watch out! They're crazy.
I am
Jim,
going
now-
to aim my shot.
Yep. Jim,
So,
it's your turn.
So what Jim does, Jim's strategy in response to this is not really to move. In fact, he's actually just like standing awkwardly in the middle of the room. Well, not in the middle of the room, like the middle of the entranceway. But he turns and he looks at this one that charged at the Imperial Guardsman, and he I'm going to do an aim to mitigate all of the negatives of firing into engaged in melee,
All right.
which sacrifices my movement. And I'm doing a called shot to shoot his whichever arm is holding his primary melee weapon.
All right.
So this is this is a shot to disarm.
Not to disarm.
If I hit, they make a strength test against a DN equal to half of the attack's total damage, and if they fail, they drop their weapon.
All
It
right.
doesn't do any damage though, which is a bummer.
Yeah, it does not deal damage, but he won't have a weapon, so I'll have to try and punch you.
Yeah.
So I'm taking on that shot. It's a ballistic skill. Actually, I can just do this, can't I?
They're also frenzied right now. So
No, that just rolls damage. So
Oh yeah, that is
Yeah,
just
that only
damage. I
rolls
need to do my
damage.
ballistic skill. Ballistic skill. There is no debuff from shooting into combat. Damn. All right. Roll
All right. So
this for complication.
yeah.
roll
weapon malfunction. You need.
Oh god. You need a DN4 tech intelligence test to use it again.
Damn. So for
Right.
chat's reference, would that hit actually even?
It does hit.
Three successes. All right.
So even
Three
though
successes.
you're not even doing a called shot. You're
Yeah.
just doing a shot to disarm, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I still
Um,
I have to roll the amount of damage because that's the half of that is the
Yeah.
DN of the
So, I mean, you
spell
rolled
test.
10 damage essentially.
Yeah.
yeah,
He
so
would
it's
need to
like- it's
get
like
5
a
successes
strength
somehow
5
to get
weapon.
through this.
Yeah, it's a strength check. You got 3 successes.
That's 3.
He does not
Got
pass.
3. Yeah.
So his weapon is shot aside and disarmed.
Yeah. You shoot him. You shoot this guy in the arm, and his weapon he just drops his weapon, and he's also just stops revving. It just keeps revving and revving and revving, and it seems to have a short circuit. At the same time, your gun also just seems to have. Your gun also seems to be stuck. To have jammed specifically, and you start thinking that you might have been scammed.
I was sold a shoddy weapon.
Exactly.
That's about the end of my turn. I can't move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now the rest of the turn is these guys just moving up to be in charge range, or they are going to sprint in your faces pretty much.
Okay.
So everyone has one of these guys to deal with now. They aren't going to hit because, yeah.
Um,
And
I
now
will-
now it's basically turn 2. Who wants to go first?
I'll take my turn first if that's okay.
Yeah. go ahead.
Since
No, I guess.
since I am no longer in
Oh yeah, because
in melee with a
question: are complications supposed to give me ruin or no on
I don't think
No,
so.
you get ruined for crits on. You should. Yeah, you get. I gotta look up how I get ruined.
I got a 6 on the one guy's
you probably should have gotten 1 ruin back from.
Yeah,
but
I'll-
let me double
I'll-
check that.
yeah, I'll get a ruin then.
Yeah, so you get a ruin when you roll a 6 on the wrath die, or if we fail a fear test or a corruption test. That's when you get ruined.
All right, so I got a yeah. All right.
So John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt is actually just going to walk away from the guy with just fists right now, and if I can, as part of that same action, just kick the sword away, so I can't pick it up.
The sword is already like completely broken.
okay.
That'd just be a simple action, so you can easily do that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
If you
And
walk-
then for
it's
my-
as useful as a blunt stick right now.
Yeah.
And you don't think that this guy is intelligent enough to even think about picking it up this second?
yeah. Well, I mean, I just walk away from him, right? So I can be out of melee range.
I mean, the only thing he has to hit you with is his fist. So he
I mean, yeah,
cannot
but he's still in melee, and he's still threatening me. So
Alright.
He's
You
still-
have
you're
to
still, like,
dis-
quote unquote engaged.
Yeah. You can disengage if you want, but at the same time, this guy only has his fist, so he won't deal damage to you. You have 7
I wasn't going to like take the disengage action. I was literally just going to move away from him.
Yeah. You move away from him, this guy throws a punch at you, and it doesn't really affect you.
Yeah, his hand hurts. And then I shoot into melee range of. I mean, I shoot into the engagement of. I'm probably gonna help.
Jim is
Jim?
probably gonna need the
Yeah.
most help.
Because Melina has a chainsword. So
Malenia, do you also have armor or?
Yeah, I got some sort of armor. I gotta look up what the exact number is, but
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Jim has literally no armor.
So what is it?
yeah.
-1 for shooting.
We'll go with that.
Okay. So
shooting into melee is just a you might hit the enemy. You might hit your friendly on a complication. That's what shooting into melee is.
Okay,
Mm,
so in that
alright.
case, I will just shoot into melee
That's
because I
something.
have a reliable weapon. I don't have to worry about that for at least right now.
True. That
3
hits.
successes.
Yep. Roll your damage.
7 damage.
Yeah. And no extra dice. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just
Yeah.
7.
Um.
Tier 1.
This guy is now. You shoot him in the back, and in the back of his shoulder, and he seems much weaker. He's now below half health.
Oof. But I did not kill him.
Yeah.
Yep, that's my move.
Do you want to spend another glory
I-
to seize the initiative?
I would like to seize the initiative to hopefully finish this guy off before he gets a chance to do anything.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm going to spend that glory to seize the initiative, and I am going to, with my weapon, swing at him. Be like, do not get my suit dirty.
He got-
Nice.
The complication is that he got your suit dirty.
Damn it. That is
Roll
exactly
2d
the thing that I told you not to do.
Roll 2d6s for the hell of it anyway.
All
Yeah,
right.
so you're not usually able to walk away from a target without.
Oh my god!
Attack.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this in a bit. All right. And roll your damage.
I 7.
Yeah, that kills him.
Good.
So you just
Now the complication.
slash at him, and then blood starts pouring out all over you. There's just so much blood that it's actually gets in your eyes, and you're blinded now.
I was about to say.
I must have hit the jugular.
Even worse,
This will take
your
too long.
suit got dirty.
This will take so long to clean. I am angry. And with that, I'm going to. I mean, I swung at him, killed him, and now I'm basically just going to move to some form of cover.
Yeah, you're going to move basically just around the corner to be safer.
Yeah. That's basically it, and that's the end of my turn.
Yep. All right. Melania, you're going to be to get stabbed, possibly.
Okay.
Does your chainsword have parry by any chance?
Yeah, it's got parry, so I should have 3 defense. I think you get +1 defense.
Yeah, you get +1 defense.
Mm-hmm.
Even the regular sword
Alright.
has parry, actually.
So what's your defense in total?
3.
Nice. And that he
That does not hit.
misses. And he even got a complication in theory.
Yeah, I don't think they can crit, but I
Oh.
think they can complicate.
Yeah, which is a bit BS, but I'll do it anyway because it's fair.
Well, they're supposed to
I
be
don't-
munchy enemies.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think that they're trying to make.
They aren't really
easy
supposed
enemies are easy
to
recruit,
murder
so
you.
They don't do anything. Yeah, troops don't suffer complications unless they have a specific complication ability.
His weapon jam.
His weapon. His.
Alright,
his
so he
pipe
just-
that he's swinging at me jams.
He just two-hands his chain axe and tries to strike down towards you. You dodge out of the way and parry it with your chain sword, and you move it to the side. It just strikes the ground with it, and it gets stuck in. He strikes the ground with his chain axe, and it just gets stuck in there.
You just see the chain pop out a little bit.
Hell yeah. So she's just gonna sweep her chain sword through this guy. It revs and it starts to cleave through his body. And it critically
Nice.
That's it.
The way this combat is going already.
This guy just dies. I'm not even gonna roll for the critical stuff.
Roll your critical anyway. Also, where the
Alright.
fuck are critical effects?
Well, like
Just for shits and gigs.
typically troops don't trigger critical effects because they only have 1 hit point. But see.
Yeah.
Critical hits. Roll D66.
I did give these
Headshot.
guys
So
hit point.
I just chew right through this guy's head.
Yeah.
A well-aimed shot tears ragged chunks of bone and brain from the opponent's skull. The foe reels with such a violent strike, unable to focus.
Target suffers 1d3 wounds
An extra
and is
D3
staggered.
mortal wounds and is staggered.
You also get +1 glory.
No. That's
Oh,
if I
no.
want to
Glory
spend
plus
more
one,
glory
yeah.
to make the
Yeah, yeah,
critical even more effective. I can. do
Yeah.
That's how you blow through the glory pool. If somebody rolls a critical hit and they just use all of the glory and they just do like a shitload of wounds to somebody.
All right.
Yeah, you blow through a glory pool.
All right. So you go ahead and describe how you kill this guy because you seem to do that. You
Yeah,
enjoy
so
doing that, it
like you know,
seems.
I'm like got my fingers on the chainsaw trigger. I sweep up with the sword into this heretic. The blades of the weapon begin to tear through this man's ear and then through like half of his skull and face. And then Millennia like kicks into his chest with her like high-heeled boot, and he goes flying with like half his like head chopped through. She manages to like pull the sword out of his, you know, the bloody pulp that is his brain. And then she'll walk up and pick up the pistol that's laying on the ground with her extra like simple action.
Mhm.
Just
She'll start,
imagine, like, the way
waving
you
it.
described it just reminds me of that one, like, execution animation from Space Marine where he, like, embeds his chainsword into them and then just fucking force
Yeah.
kicks them in the chest.
Hell yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. Without the Space Marine
nice.
armor.
I know.
Yeah, without the Space Marine armor.
I need to
And now
replay
it's
that
just-
again. Freaking
Same.
Space Marine 2's around the corner. I gotta replay with Space Marine.
I started replaying it and then I stopped and you pick it up again. Anywho.
Any
So now it's Big Boy's turn.
there's one more guy who is alive, but he doesn't even have a chainsword anymore.
Oh, right. The
Yeah.
guy who
Ninja
just has
disarm.
fists.
Yeah.
He tries to charge you and grapple you to the ground. A reverse get down, Mr. President.
Exactly what I was thinking about doing.
I knew you would do that, honestly. I didn't even think I was giving you ideas. I just knew you were doing that already.
All right, so what is it?
I feel like Malenia is probably the closest. Or how far away would John have walked away from him?
Oh, I would have just moved like just out of engagement range.
Yeah.
Like,
So this guy's just going.
yeah.
This guy just going to try to tackle you to the ground, pretty much.
So is that like contested athletics or like what?
I think that it's like contested weapon skill.
Oh, well, it's not nearly as fun.
I don't
It's
remember.
nearly as fun.
Do you want to do contested athletics or melee skill? Or
I mean, if you were asking me, I'd prefer to do athletics, but I don't know what the rules are for grappling.
I don't know either, so I'll just say he rolls weapon skill and you roll athletics.
Sounds good to me. Okay.
All right.
It's called an interaction attack.
Oh,
Page,
Interaction
page 190.
so
Yeah, I know.
basically he would roll to
Spinning attack, yeah, that's a thing. But I'm probably a suppressive fire,
you
yeah.
can use a skill, and the difficulty number is the foe's opposing skill. So you can like push an enemy, pin an enemy, or whatever. You can like use deception to like put somebody in the bad position. Basically, like you can use any skill as like a grapple attack, basically.
Yeah.
And you give them either hindered or vulnerable as like the statuses.
Yeah.
so
Yeah, you already rolled your athletics, so I'll just roll.
I think I have like DN4.
Yep. And he fails. I'm
You
going.
can either hinder them, which makes it so all their tests are plus
He
one
failed,
difficulty number. Or
Can you,
vulnerable. You can reduce their defense by 1.
Can you reroll your own rolls with your rolls of adversaries and normal troops with ruin?
You can use ruin to do that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you can do that.
At the same time, it doesn't really matter because he's going to die in 1 turn anyway.
Ruin. Yeah, so you can reroll. You can use 1 ruin to reroll all failures on any test with an NPC if you want.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can reroll those last 2 dice to see if you get that.
I mean, I'll do it because I only need 1 more ruin
Yep,
for
1
stuff.
more success.
Roll to the.
I believe in you.
Nope.
No.
Yeah. So this guy just tries to grapple you, but completely fails and just almost falls flat on his face and is really quickly getting back up now. And the big boy himself is just moving behind a pillar, getting ready to charge one of you.
Okay. So it's the top of the round now.
Yep.
All right. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt moves away from this boy to get a better shot at Big Boy, and is going to shoot him.
All right.
As he does with his las gun. And how far away is he right now?
He's in charge range.
So he's within 12 meters.
Sure.
So I think I get 1 more extra dice. And yeah.
I'll give him
You get plus 1 die.
Damn.
Short range.
But it's reliable. So I get to ignore the first complication of a given battle scene.
That's good.
And I'm actually going to spend a. Do I hit him with 2, or do I need to?
You don't. I was thinking about bumping up either his soak or his defense by a bit because of the pillar he's hiding behind. Also, I want to say that there were pillars in this room at the
Right, so
initially, but I forgot
I
the
thought
word
there were
pillars.
gonna be. I mean, you mentioned it was like maybe an ex-cathedral, so I assumed pillars like almost instantly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna spend a wrath point to reroll. So
Yeah.
So 40. That's 2 more successes, so 4.
Yeah, that does hit.
Okay.
Roll your damage.
That's 6. So 8 damage with a las gun.
All right.
Yeah, cover gives you plus 1 defensive half and plus 2 defensive more than half.
Yeah, that still hits.
It takes like an action to dive behind cover. You can't just move behind it.
That still hits. And I saw that some characters also have their own form of determination, so I also gave this guy that as a ruin power.
Yep.
So
Okay.
yeah, I'm spending ruin and I'm gonna try to reduce that damage. I gave him. Isn't determination usually just your toughness?
It's just your toughness, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, 360s. He reduces 2 of the damage into shock.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes 1 wound.
Ouch.
So you just scrape him. You shoot this guy with your last pistol and you barely scrape him by his cheek.
It's like peeking out like halfway for a moment. It was his
Is this guy an elite or an adversary?
He's sort of supposed to be an adversary, although I didn't.
Okay, so you don't have to spend a ruin to roll determination. Then you just do it.
All right then.
Yeah, adversaries can just roll.
The thing is that I don't really have anything to do with ruin anyway, so.
Yeah, but you can keep it.
Yeah. Unless you guys would be fine with a narrative declaration that randomly 2 guys appear, are just so happen to come into the room at this point.
I mean, you're the GM, so you can literally have that happen. You don't have to even spend ruin for that.
Yeah.
I think it's just first campaign I was ever in. The GM called in reinforcement and used the point system in the Genesis system to do that. So yeah.
Yeah, so this is how these are the things that ruin lets you do. Reroll failures like we do with the wrath, right? Seize the initiative like we do with the glory. You can restore shock. So if your adversary is taking too much shock from all the soaks that he's taking, you can spend a ruin to restore the shock. But that counts as an action for that character.
Yeah.
You can spend a ruin to do a determination roll, but you only have to do that on like the middle tier enemies.
All right.
Because adversaries can just roll determination as usual, and then most adversaries have like a ruin action, which you have to spend ruin to do.
Well, I think he did that to like make them frenzied. So
yeah. All right. So all right.
And there's also some additional ruin actions available to adversaries as well, where you can spend a ruin to have them make an additional move or make an additional attack. Like every adversary has that default ruin action.
Nice. Anyways, yeah.
You can also spend one ruin the first time a adversary dies, and they only go to one wound remaining.
Anyways, Jim,
yeah.
Because of your cover position, you see that there are two guys all.
He's blinded.
Oh yeah,
I
you
see
don't.
nothing.
Roll me an awareness.
Would it be all right with you if I spent like my? So one of the things I wanted to point out was that at your discretion, with a feasible, like appropriate skill, I can attempt to remove the blindness, and blood in your eyes is something you can get rid of for the most part. Would you allow me to try and do that first and then look around?
Yeah, it's fine. Also, you are still able to spend glory for one turn if you guys want it, but yeah. Right.
So I would argue that with a little bit of underhive businessman cunning, I already have some form of means to deal with blood hidden inside of my suit.
I will say that you clean your bleeding, but you have a -1 to your awareness roll.
All right, that's fair. It's much better than the actual disbenefit of blinded, which is DN +4 to any combat tests.
Damn.
At the GM's discretion, you may use a combat action to remove the blinded condition.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
So
using a narratively appropriate skill.
Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, roll awareness.
I don't see anything interesting.
You after you clean your eyes, you look around, and as you decide to look back to the entrance where you came in, and you just see a guy standing right in front of you with a lead pipe.
Oh, hello. Would you like to participate in business?
And there is another guy with a chain goddamn a chain
Chainsword.
No, he still has a chain axe going towards you too, and this guy with a lead pipe is just going to hit you upside the head.
Where are these like underhivers getting all these like really powerful weapons?
They are all very scrappy. They are like barely functional.
Holtz at one point was a very successful rogue trader, and then the Corn Berserkers kind of ruined everything.
Oh
But
yeah, they
all
scrapped
the
them from
leftover
some of the
shit-
Corn Berserkers that raided the ship.
Yeah, they're probably like scrapped, like they're probably like old like demon weapons. You know?
Yeah, they're old chaos chain axes that now a bunch of gangers have. Holy shit! Oh no,
that totally makes sense. I totally accept that.
That checks.
Checks out.
Anyway, good old things always working out.
Funny.
Anyway, this guy is just going to hit you upside the head with a lead pipe. What was your defense again?
I normally have 2, but my sword does have parry, so does that mean I have +1?
Yes.
I mean,
Yes,
would
so
you be able to parry?
3.
Would you be able to parry in this situation?
I mean, you told me that he was there, and I turned around and saw him, so I have an opportunity. I would argue.
Yeah, it gives you +1 defense against melee.
I say that because of your complication, you won't get the chance to.
damn it.
Did roll
He
a
like
one
catches me
constitution.
upside. Oh, hi. Would you like to do business acquisition?
Anyways, you still have 2 defense, so he might just
Yeah.
miss.
Yeah, let's see.
Um,
Yeah,
One
yeah,
hit.
he does.
All right,
He
cool.
tries to hit you from the side with his pipe, and you just duck under it.
Wow, that's not very businesslike of you.
Anyways, I believe that it's. Do you want that to count as your turn, or do you want to? I'll allow you to stab him back.
I mean, I wouldn't mind just doing like a swing back at him, even if it's like at a -1, and then call that my turn.
Yeah.
It would be a -2 because you're doing a multi-action, right?
Cleaning his glasses, and then
Do it at a minus. You yeah, you try to stab this guy and you also miss.
Wow, it seems we are at an impasse, and that's it.
The end. Alright guys, session is over. Had fun with y'all. Goodbye. Anyways,
Considering I'm actively about to be assaulted by 2 guys right behind me, I would not mind if I took my turn first, and then maybe
No.
if I fuck up, you guys.
no,
jump
the
behind me.
the second guy isn't going for you. He's going for the 2 people who seem to actually have who
I
seem to
don't
have
think I've had a-
actual
Who aren't
armor.
talking about
Turned this
business?
round yet, right?
Yeah.
It was John and then you and then it should be me last, right?
Oh, okay.
yeah. I
No,
don't think.
no,
Sorry,
doesn't matter.
my head bounced to like this being the last thing in this.
The order
turn,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. It's whatever
Yeah.
you guys want to be.
And then like the big bad guy, is he like up in our face yet, or is he? Still
No, he
like,
hasn't.
in the
He's preparing to charge.
He's about to
back? I'm gonna
charge.
charge him. I'm charging him. I'm charging across the room at him.
Fuck you
Chainsaw
and you
revving.
charge, I charge.
Me screaming. I'm gonna get the +1. He's not gonna get the +1.
Well, he has a chainsaw, so he also gets a +1 to defense.
He does get +1 to defense. That is very true.
Yeah.
So what's his defense?
Because I'm pretty sure that a pillar being in the way doesn't really matter for a charge.
Yeah, for melee it doesn't matter.
Yeah. No, that's not him. That's him. His defense is 2.
2? Okay,
So
so
three.
he'd be up to 3 with his sword because he's got a sword like wielded right now.
Yep.
Or
All right.
I'm not sure if I should.
do like
I'm not sure if it's more fair to make it 3 or 2 is the thing.
Well, if
I
he has
mean-
if he has a sword, a chain sword, then he has parry.
Yeah,
Okay.
his normal is 2, so yeah, it's 3 now.
Okay, cool. Because I'm rolling. I'm gonna roll 6 dice. Because I'm charging. So I'm wondering if I want to do like a special attack to like make things even more spicy. Because I could do like a multi attack and give him an additional +2, so he'll have 4 defense, but I'll swing twice.
That
Yeah.
one gives him a +1 to defense.
Huh?
No, you said it would give him a +2, right? So
Oh
you'd have
yeah,
a
so he'd be up to
+5.
5. That's too high. Okay.
Yeah.
Or I can do an all-out attack and give myself +2 bonus die.
I'm pretty sure that you can only all-out attack if you're right in front of them. Is the thing. At least that's how it worked in Rogue Trader.
Yeah, but this is not Rogue Trader.
I just
but it
remember
does
that
go-
all-out attack is a full action and such.
Yeah, I think that. Let me just double check real quick.
Yeah.
All attack is just an
Mine-
attack option, so you can just do it whenever, and you can do it. Oh no, charge is a full round action.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can still auto attack as part of a charge if you want to. But I don't know. Okay, I'll just roll normally.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy.
With +1 bonus die.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you hit him.
So 4 hits. Yeah, four hits, but I can't shift anything.
Yep.
Nope.
So he's just gonna take the
Typical damage of 8.
8 damage. No, 9 damage because the 3 is also a damage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's brutal.
he's brutal.
It's actually 9 because it's brutal, and 5 and 6
Yeah,
count as
yeah.
plus 2.
Yeah.
So
No,
takes
it's gonna be 10 total damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How does the 5 count as? The 5 counts as 2, right?
5 counts as 2, yeah.
So 10 total damage.
Anyway, it's a +7, then a +1, then a +2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know math anymore.
Math is useless.
So yeah, like describe just tell me how much like damage I do so I can describe the action appropriately.
I'll spend a ruin for him to be at 1 health.
Okay.
So yeah.
So Melania will like
Also, I will give
cleave
him
into his
one more
into
thing.
his
I will
torso.
give this guy the accessibility. Instead of dying instantly, he will. I will make it so that this guy can take only one lasting wound, sort of like how you guys have.
No. So that's just like a
basically
normal.
has
That's just
a
like a
talent for
normal
that.
ruin ability for the quote unquote champion of the scene. So he's like the champion of the scene.
All right.
So you could just
he
spend a
doesn't go
ruin
down,
to
he has
just
1
have them
HP.
stay at 1 hit point. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
Like you don't
All
have
right.
to like roll like a
Anyway, just Go for it.
So Melania like drives her chainsword forward into this guy's guard. He puts his chainsword up to defend against it, and like sparks fly into his face, covering him in like the hot metal scars as they like land on his skin. And then she like does the same move that she always does and just kicks him in the chest with her boot, and he gets knocked backwards into a bunch of like stone like pillars on the ground and stuff. And there's like a snapping noise as he cracks his head on one of them, but he manages to like get back up to his feet. And he spits out like a bunch of blood onto the ground. Like
He spits out a tooth.
yeah, he spits out like a tooth. But he's still awake from adrenaline, I guess.
Yep.
That tooth is not worth very much in the orc economy.
Wasn't there also a page with combat actions? Or yeah, there.
Yeah.
Where was it again?
Attack options is page 186, where attack options begins. And then,
I just remember that there's.
So melee attack options are on 187 and beyond.
Oh, and also there is a grapple section for melee attack options. You can use your combat action to try and grapple a target you are engaged with. Make an opposed strength test with the target. If you win, you grapple the target. Once grappled, a character is restrained and may only use a one-handed weapon.
No. This guy is going to do an all-out attack. So, yeah.
I'm actually going to try. Oh no, he already used it. Never mind. Wait, can I seize the initiative from him?
What?
I think if it's back to the top of the round, can I try and seize the initiative?
No, it's not back to the top of the round.
Okay.
He has his turn, and then there is Jim who still has his turn. In theory, I could also.
Jim took his turn.
I got my turn.
That was the last player of the
fine.
round. There are still some NPCs that haven't gone yet. That's what
there is the guy with the. There's the guy who doesn't have a weapon who's going to try to grapple you again. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're at the bottom of the round.
Anyway.
So we can't seize initiative right now.
Anyway.
Gotcha.
This guy is going to try to hit you, and he has a +2 because of all-out attack. So 6. Oh, I need to add the R. That's a complication.
Yeah. So unarmed strike have their strength attribute as damage with 180.
Yeah.
I think he's talking about the big dude.
Yeah.
I'm Melina.
Yeah.
Oh, at me, the guy with one hit point. Okay, yeah, sure. He's got 6 attack. He's got 6 dice.
Because he has a +2.
Yeah.
He's all out attacking.
Oh, he's all out attacking? Okay, great.
He's straight up going to have 0 defense until his next turn.
Yeah, he hits me.
Anyway,
But he gets a complication.
yeah, I'll roll for that immediately.
That's a chainsword too. That's brutal.
That's gonna
Yep.
hurt a fuck ton. Okay.
7
Yeah,
plus 6. And
13.
you're not in lookout, sir, range either, so I can't even.
Oh,
I'm gonna roll soak. See if I can.
yeah, you probably want to roll your determination or
So
whatever.
I take 2 shock.
You take,
and then-
alright, that's...
Yeah, I'm probably gonna be dead here. So that's 9.
You're at least going to go into the dying state. I won't kill you, but you will at least be out of the fight.
I'll actually probably still live because I have armor as well. I got.
Alright, so
look at my. I'll look at my
7.
armor while you do the complication.
Yeah. 9, so that's 13 damage total. And
Yeah,
you
so I reduce it by
take-
2 from my shock, so I take it down to 11.
remember to add your shock.
And then I did add that. And then my defense is my resilience is 4, so I reduce that further to 7 damage. And then flak armor
Is
reduces
3.
damage
Is 3.
by 3 more, so I only take 4. So I'm at 1 hit point.
Oof. You're both at 1 health.
Yeah, so he go ahead and describe the the attack.
As this guy gets up, he instantly goes to attack you. And as you are pretty much, clashing swords, he suddenly changes his attack and hits you into your arm and makes a big cut into it. And he also kicks you in your chest. He,
And Melania screams in anguish as the chain blade nicks into her arm.
He also-
she manages
yes.
to pull away before the arm is completely carved through.
He also attempts to kick you in the chest, and you can tell that he doesn't really ever do that. He more does that way of saying
What's
"go
up,
fuck
guys?"
yourself."
Yeah, so he's trying to do the same move that she does, but she knows it, so she steps to the side and he just kicks through air, and yeah, she's got her chainsword up ready.
I also need to roll complication before I forget.
Yep.
Oh yeah. 41. Combat.
Was 41 because I was at combat actions now.
41. Weapon malfunction. DN4 tech int test to use the weapon again.
Same thing that I got.
Yeah, his
Yeah.
chainsword has got a piece of the metal of my coat stuck in it, and so it's not revving anymore.
Yep,
All right.
pretty much what happens. Anyway,
It's actually one of the Aquila symbols on her jacket, and so she just
The Emperor
She just-
protects.
yeah, the Emperor protects.
Nice.
Exactly.
anyways, in case there's any confusion in here, or there is also the guy who needs to try to grapple John again.
Oh boy, but it's now since he's trying to grapple, it's an opposed strength test.
Mm-hmm.
Roll. Damn.
God damn. Okay, so I need to beat a 4 with 3d6.
All right. Time to roll 3 6.
I'm gonna spend a glory point if that's okay with y'all.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so that's 2. I don't know why it's rolling only.
I don't know why either.
What is the
Oh,
thing in the total column on the right?
You didn't change your adjusted once.
Oh, right. Okay, I'm also gonna spend my last wrath point to re-roll those.
So as of right now, you are at 3.
Yeah,
And you also
I'm at
Oh,
5.
5.
Okay.
There you go.
you spent a rat point earlier on, which I forgot about, I assume.
Yeah, so I'm out of wrath points. Yeah.
All right. Jim, did you spend any rat points?
No, I have not spent any wrath points.
All right.
You see, I am holding my wrath points as they are a valuable asset for my business ventures.
All right. So this guy gets a really tight grip on you, but you just barely manage to kick him off you.
And
And back to the turn order.
I
Can I go
move
first
away.
so I can kill this guy?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go all out attack on this guy.
He has 0 defense, so that's going to be complete overkill.
Yep. So she's gonna raise the chainsword over her head and scream out, "The Emperor wills that you will die!" And she brings it down on him. Plus 2 more dice on top of that.
6, 6, 6, 5. Yeah.
I'm going to assume that you want to shift that for glory.
Yeah, one of those will be shifted for glory, and the other 2 for damage.
The other 2 will be shifted to completely annihilate this guy.
So another 2d6 on top
Yeah.
of that.
Just describe how you kill him, because he's not going to the dying state.
Yeah, so she just brings the chainsword down on top of this guy's head and just collapses atop him, putting her weight down on the blade. She chews through this man from top to bottom, from head to taint, as it were, and the man falls into 2 pieces onto the deck. And she screams out in victory.
Nice. Alright. So, do you guys want to seize the initiative, or?
You could.
Yeah, I'll seize the initiative.
Alright.
And
So now there is one guy without a weapon, one guy with a lead pipe, and one guy with a chain axe.
yeah, the chain axe guy is free at the moment, and he's scary to me. I'm actually going to shoot at him after I move away.
Yep.
But so ballistic skill.
You assume that you would move away. Them.
Yeah, I move away. But so that's. I mean, I hit, and I think I get a glory off of that. But I also get a complication. I can only ignore 1 complication per battle. Good thing I aimed it at the free guy. So.
I do remember that one of you got a different complication, like Melania. Didn't you? You got one on your gun, but you didn't use it after that, so it's fine.
He got a complication, but because his gun was reliable, the first one was ignored. This
No,
one
not John. I mean, Melania got one on her gun, and you also got one on your gun.
Yeah, mine's malfunctioned.
Yeah, everyone's got one, but I'm just gonna roll damage for to kill this boy.
Galore today.
Yep.
Do not get the extra damage, so it's only 7 damage.
Yeah.
But
we
get a glory at least, and then complicate.
Yeah. It's 7 damage, and this guy isn't straight up completely enraged and mad like the other.
Weapon malfunction.
Damn.
Well, that's basically. I don't get to use my. There's no way in hell I get to use my last skill.
You do not have enough intelligence to get a tech test even on max crits.
I only have 1 intelligence.
Yep.
No more range combat for this combat, it seems.
Yeah.
Should just shoot this guy, and you just shoot him straight through the heart, and he's seemingly about to charge you, and in the middle of that, he just falls over and slides towards you comically.
Well, the leader's dead. Shouldn't they be scattering at this point?
I mean, they would rather die fighting than die running away.
Oh, fair enough. Okay.
At the same time, yeah, the combat is pretty much over. If you want to, alright, guy punches, guy hits Jim with lead pipe part 2. Does he miss?
He should be able to parry now. So
yeah, you can parry
I have
now.
3 defense now.
Yeah, you too. He does miss.
Even
you try now. You try to hit him.
All right, give me 1 second. I'm trying to remember which page was all out attack and what it does.
It gives you
+2. dice to
But
hit.
you get -2 defense.
All right.
I think you have like a minimum of 1 defense, but yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna all out attack. I'm just gonna do my regular weapon skill with the sword. I know I can use Wrath to reroll, but are there any other things I can do ahead of time? I forget.
Not really with Wrath, from what I remember.
All right.
Rerolling is still kind of powerful though, but yeah.
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 Wrath, reroll failures, add +1 to defense checks, make a narrative declaration, immediately restore 1d3 +1 shock.
All right. I don't need any of those
He
other
hits
ones.
3.
I hit
He
Yeah,
hits
that-
4 actually.
Yeah,
And I think you can shift that for glory too. But
yeah, that does hit and you do get a glory.
Can I use
And
glory
now,
for damage specifically?
Roll your damage first.
Can I use glory for damage specifically?
Add +1 damage to a successful attack, yes.
All right. I'm gonna use 2 glory if that's all right with you guys, just to try and.
That's
for
exactly
it.
how much glory you. That's exactly how much glory you need to kill him too.
Yeah. 2 glory for that.
Yep.
It's like, I don't appreciate your pipe acquisition. Have my sword acquisition straight through the neck.
You hit another jugular.
But you're not blinded by it this time.
Jim screams, but nobody can hear because it's inside.
And then the only guy left is the guy that has his hands, essentially.
Yeah,
That's too real.
he's still very fucking pissed right now.
I mean, like, do we? I'm just gonna roll. I'm just gonna use my knife. I have a knife. Like, do we
Yeah.
need to like roll this out? He can't hurt me.
No, you don't need to. You just fucking murder him.
You jammed my gun.
Just beating him to death with the butt of the gun.
The bayonet.
Yep.
Well, my gun's broken. I gotta take it back to the shop.
Can I roll cunning to know if I know like a nearby mechanic that can actually fix that shit?
Well,
Your
we have,
guns
we
and
have to
such?
return to the rat catcher with news of our victory, regardless.
Fair.
Right.
So let's return back to the security
Well-
corridor.
Would you like me to accompany you?
There is a.
You've been very helpful. We would like to try to hire you on a more permanent basis.
I am willing
need to
to
speak to
accept
my
for
boss
business
as to-
acquisitions.
As to our ability to pay you, but I'm sure he'd be willing to hire you on as a
Excellent.
would be
Steady
like a-
income will help with additional business acquisitions.
what would like a rat catcher's assistant, what would our like title be?
Good question.
Rat snatchers.
Like rat trap?
Rat trap,
Rat
yeah.
traps? Yeah, so you'd be like a unofficial rat trap until we can get you like fully inserted into the system.
You're a junior assistant. Rat
Junior
trap.
assistant rat trap. Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy. One of my siblings or cousins is in the walkers unit. This is almost like that, maybe.
Yeah, she just like rolls her eyes and then starts to head out. She like picks up half of this guy's head, this like leader's head.
Wait, hold up a moment. And Jim pulls out a data slate with a camera on it.
Oh no.
Hold it up high for me. I want to take a picture.
He does like the put a foot up on a tactical rock and like hold the half a skull up into the air by the hair.
Yes, that looks like a generic pose that would be used in a War Games miniature.
It would.
Takes a photo. That's going in my cringe comp. No.
Alright,
He takes a photo and smiles.
alright, Korn himself comes down in Jim and rips you in half. Please roll a new
Oh boy,
character.
this is not how I expected my business to end.
Gods can't enter the Materium. Jeez.
Alright, Demon Prince then.
A shard of him does.
Anyways,
Anyway, now that Jim is dead,
with
thank you very much.
Jim, you could actually, if you want to, there is a bunch of decent chunk of weapons around, and there is like a throne in the room, which you feel like you could sell for some money.
I will make a note of this place and come back to perform acquisitions. First, I must get my weapon repaired.
We probably should grab like the chain
I still need
weapons.
someone to look at this arm, so we should head back to the security corridor for sure.
I am going to take this. Picks up one of the chain axes and revs it a little bit. Haha, it makes a funny noise when you press the button.
It blows up in front of you.
Damn! It seems like there is a spiteful god looking after me, and it is not the Emperor, because I know the Emperor protects.
I don't mean straight out blows your head off, blow up. I mean it malfunctions.
I just imagine it's like the fucking cartoon gag ass shit that is just like I'm covered in more soot on top of all the blood that's on my suit.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, the main thing you guys can get from here is, the chainsaw the guy had on him, even though you guys already have those.
I mean,
I only have a
John doesn't
regular
chainsaw,
boring ass sword.
but like John's also gonna use his fucking last gun for the rest of the time. So, well, I
Yeah.
mean, like if no one else wants it, I'll take it.
I would like a better sword.
All right, you can have it.
All right.
Because I have been already engaged in melee combat multiple times, and it seems like this is the trend I'm going towards.
It's a good
Anywho.
idea to have the option. You know, you could just use
Right.
a simple action to pull out your melee weapon and then attack instead of having to like try to walk away from somebody.
Anywho,
I'm gonna give you the stats for this anyway in here.
and with that, I
Yeah.
think we're calling it an end now.
I
Probably
mean,
good
there
at
is
this point.
still one more thing which I want to
Unless
do.
we want to have, unless he wants to have an interview with
Yeah.
the rat catcher or whatever.
I mean that, and along your way, going back to the security intercom, you find someone who you might recognize. It's Ratskin. You've heard a bit, might have heard a bit about his adventures in the Blackstone.
Ah, one of my favorite customers. Hello.
Hey. Hello there, Jim.
Hello, Ratskin.
Hello. Did you happen to see a rat that's like big as that's just big?
Oh yes, there was a rat with a tail taller than me in that place over there, and he just vaguely points in the right direction.
All right, Jim. Thank you. I know that you can always rely on you. He starts.
Yes, I am
looking
totally
through-
trustworthy.
He starts searching through one of his pockets, and his hand goes through because he's broken, and then he looks at his other pocket, and he takes out the paper. I've heard that there is some guy here who, some big weirdo who, you should mess with, but apparently he has a lot of money, so I don't know. Anyway, goodbye. And he just
Money?
leaves towards the direction you told him.
You just see dollar signs in Jim's eyes.
Who the hell was that guy?
That was Ratskin. He is a good customer.
It seems like he just got picked up off some backwater hive world. On a
Oh,
whim
that's all
by
it,
an
guys. He is a very intelligent fellow.
If you say so.
Yes, I am
I
totally
like that.
trustworthy.
I am also a very intelligent fellow. My
Yes, you
previous
are.
learner told me to.
Millennia is starting
And-
to look like really pale and like not really paying attention. She's just like, can we go? She's got like her hand like pressed up against like this like giant wound in her arm.
Oh
Uh,
yes, that probably requires immediate medical attention. And I think with that, like the curtain closes.
Yeah.
yeah. You guys go to the security and, do the interview. And, yeah. Jim now has this location where he heard that there is some freaky guy, but apparently he has a lot of money. So you'll probably visit him later at some point.
That sounds like a good idea. But for now, thank you everyone for watching our show. I am Jim.
Yep.
I am a businessman.
He sure is a businessman. Everybody say goodbye to the stream.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.